they cost more. I mean, what can I say? This one here, the one in the middle, the call one, though, back to that. It's actually more like a spring rifle. It does do 400 FPS stock from what I've seen so far, but it does only fire 1 BB at once, so it's not really a shotgun, but it looks great. Sorry if I have a little bit of runny nose. Okay, next up we have the pistols that I own. Starting off here, I have a TM Desert Eagle. This is actually my wife's pistol. It was given to her by a friend. He had 2 D Eagles. He had a black one and a silver one, and he swapped out the slide so you get the dual tone. A very nice gun, hard kick version, shoots in the summer about 340, 350 FPS. The only problem is that it's very big. I mean, this is a very large gun to carry around, and some people don't like that because, you know, the realism. Next up we have a KWA M9 PTP. I haven't gamed this yet, but it's cronied at 360, which is a very good stock. It's full metal except I think for the outer barrel. A very solid build. I'm not into M9s at all, but when I felt this one, I was very impressed. Supposedly it's got all these nice features. I don't know, but it feels very solid. And next up, the workhorse. If you're new and you're looking for a pistol, depending on how much money you spend, this is one of the, in my opinion, probably the best you can get out there. For stock anyways. So long as you're not big on, you know, having everything all metal, it's a TM high cap of 5.1. Performance wise, quality, reliability, I've never heard of anybody buying a Kappa and saying they didn't like it. Other than the fact that the slide is plastic. TMs come right out ready to run on green gas or propane, and I've never had a slide crack on me. On my 4.3, which I sold a while back, I put through thousands of rounds of it and it was fine. Next we have a TM MK23 SOCOM. It's a non-blowback, so the slide does not lock back every time you fire, but it's very quiet. I don't know if you can hear. Right, very silent. The silencer actually does do some silencing. It's also a very large gun. If you compare it to the Desert Eagle for a second, it's about the same size. But for CQB, it's a lot of fun. And if you play all those games, you know, everybody likes, you know, guns that they see from Counter-Strike, right? Next up, we have a KWA USP. I haven't used this. It's actually practically new. I've been planning to sell it. Well, I've been trying to sell it, but until I do, I consider it part of my armory, so I put it in here just to have one more gun. Then we have the Tanyo Koba VP70. Performance-wise, again, not another great performer. A very neat gun, more of a collector's piece, I'd say, personally. But with the stock, you can go with the 3-round burst, which is always a lot of fun. But basically, I got it very cheap, and it's what goes with the pulse rifle, because if you've ever seen Aliens movie, it's used in there. And last, I have the revolvers. I did have 4 for a while, but after a while, you get kind of ridiculous, because they're not, you know, the guns that people game often. You won't see them very often. I like bling and rare items, or not rare, but unique items, I guess you could say. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Very heavy, feels very nice. This M500 they're both Tanaka. When I bought it, it had a custom made. Whoever purchased it off, he custom made a piece of brass to go in the barrel, so it has a very good heft to it. If you own one or have held one stock, the front almost feels off balance because it's not very heavy. And he put a small custom piece of dremeled, a lathed brass in there. It really gives it a big beef. This will do about 400 on propane in weather depending. Then we have the Detective Colt Special. Does like 250 FPS, but it's a nice little gun, and it feels it's very blingy. I don't know if maybe you can tell, and it's a great fun to shoot. So that's about all my guns now. I've gone through quite a bit. Like I said, if you're new and getting into Airsoft, depending where you live, I mean, if you're in the States, you have much more access to a wider variety of brands. So, you know, if a TM might be more expensive, but you know, you could get a KWA, which is quite reliable as well, for, you know, much cheaper or considerably cheaper. If you're limited on funds and you only plan on getting a couple of guns, I would recommend sticking with the more reliable brands. Or recently, Echo and JG have been making some terrific stuff. Once again, this is only my opinion. From what I know of, I've only been playing Airsoft for about 1.5 years, but I've met and talked to a lot of people and used quite a bit of guns. But everybody has their own opinion, but this is what I think, honestly. And from the general consensus of other players I know, you know, it's some good stuff. I mean, there are those diehard players out there who are very, you know, into milsim and stuff like that, and would say, you know, get a Sistema right away, you know, a $2,000 gun. But I mean, that's not very reasonable for, you know, people who just want to start out. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video.